Well, hi, everybody. So nice to be with you today. And Renelle and I wanted to bring a new podcast to you this week. And Renelle, I just love how you and I are always very in sync and in tune with one another. And this week's podcast, we want to talk about just sending love and honor toward things that you want in life, but also how that can empower you to set boundaries. And it's funny, I've been seeing this in my own life, just sending love and honor and seeing how that plays out, while also, setting boundaries with people, and it just empowers you to live in healthy harmony with everyone. It's really quite beautiful.
Yes, hello everybody. It's nice to be here again. And this subject, I find it's a very, very important subject, like most things we speak about, but it's really true what you're saying, because love and honor is really a gateway. We were saying it's a gateway to freedom, actually. And a lot of times the topics are we allowed to say no to someone or to set boundaries? And how do we set boundaries with the motive of love and honor? And I think this has got a lot to do with our personal journey, isn't it?
That's so true, because I think that being kind to people doesn't mean we allow them to act in ways that are abusive or just inappropriate to us, right? I think love and honor also involves loving and honoring ourselves and our own boundaries. For example, I had a client I was dealing with this week that was really quite nasty. And I first let go of all of my emotions that I wanted to use to react to the situation. And then I felt really empowered to respond from a place of pure truth. And I honored them, and I communicated how much I respected them, and the high regard that I hold them in. I'm not suggesting I hold their personality in high regard. I hold the oneness that we all are. I hold them in high regard, and I hold them in respect, right? And then I communicated my boundary in a very polite and courteous, loving way. And, then this morning, I was going through my meditation, and I just, in my heart, sent feelings of honor and love toward that person, toward that oneness. And I could literally feel the conflict dissolve. And I know that it's over. And it's a freeing feeling for me, because in honoring them and in honoring and loving them, I've honored and loved myself, while also setting a really firm boundary.
That's a very good example. And, we come back to the point of oneness and us being, we get to respond a certain way. And once, I think maybe I mentioned this before, Graham Cook said, be a game changer. If somebody plays tennis, switch to golf. And what you were just describing was such an example. Through love and honor, we can actually take the power and the energy and the emotion out of a situation. Then it cannot actually carry on, can it? There's nothing to inflame it. There's nothing to empower it. And I think when we think of our personal growth, the love and honor is so powerful, because I think it takes away the fact that you want to control something or change something, or trying to really change the outcome of something. Where we know, when we release on that and we're left with love and honor, it's amazing. It's this flow of energy that, and sometimes, they might not be aware of it, what's going on when you release love and honor to people, but it definitely has an effect, because we're all one. So we honor them, and then we honor ourselves. It's just beautiful. It's a synchronicity that just,
it really is.
I embrace so much.
You said it about pulling the fuel out of that. You remove the charge, and you've removed the fuel with which that situation is persisting. And that's really important. I think Lester Levinson kind of talks about that, where he was kind of dissolving negative emotions in his life, and he would use extreme examples, like visioning the girl he loved the most with another guy, and just sending that thought love. And, you know, I think what it does is it just, it empowers us to move beyond our reacting, right? It doesn't mean we don't feel emotions, but you don't have to hold on to them, right? You can just see the emotion as energy. And if you send out love and honor instead, it literally is basically like a flame retardant for the negative situation that's persisting. It just extinguishes and it changes magically. Yeah, actually, as I'm talking just now, I'm reminded. I went out to brunch with a girlfriend on Sunday, and our server came up to us, and he was so rude. He was so rude. It was shocking to me. I actually was thinking to myself, is he kidding? And so, you know, my mind at first is annoyed, and I'm like, I'm going to show him how rude it looks, you know. And as he goes back to the kitchen to get our order, I just released. And you know, you can release in the moment. I was talking to my friend, and I'm just welcoming the feelings that I want to tell him that he's rude. I'm welcoming the feelings that I want to tell his manager that he's rude. And Ronell, he came back and he was a totally different person. I'm not kidding. And by the end of the meal, he was like, would you like a drink to go for the road? Can I get you something extra? And it was as if the initial situation had never happened because I released on the emotion.
So powerful. This also gives you such an example of oneness. Who's your neighbor? Your guy, the guy that is serving you that moment, and you love them as you love yourself. And it's I think when we start practicing more often, then the beauty of this, isn't this? The joy, the turnaround is so amazing. Now I know this one guy, he's his name is Mario Elenos, I think he's from USA, and he wrote a book called Weaponized Honor, where he was really shown how by just honoring those who dishonor you, or you know, don't respond the way you would imagine someone to be, you actually create such a powerful synchronicity, or such a powerful weapon of love, that it always turns around for the better. It's also not up to the people, or they might just end up going away, or they come back like you just explained, but it's not our responsibility to see what happens in the end. It's our responsibility to respond, to not react. And I just think the more we do this, even in traffic, and sometimes people are not going to know that we are not swearing at them, or it's in traffic, in a shop, in a bakery, wherever we go, we're going to have these moments, and then we welcome the feelings that we do feel. I think the biggest boot camp is people all around us, and we get to practice every single day, and it's going to keep on coming back till we just respond in love and honor.
Yes, and that helps us let it go. That's really beautiful, Ronell. I think you're right. And I think, you know, the important part to understand is, hey, if somebody is nasty to you, you're not honoring their behavior, of course. That would be silly. You're honoring them, the spirit of oneness that's in and through and withholds all of us together. You're honoring that perfection that is at the core of who they are. And, you know, if you think about it in your own self, if you think about your most nasty day where you look back and you're like, man, I wish I would have acted differently there. If the person you acted towards responded to you and honoring you, how much would that just melt your heart? You know, that love absolutely is a fire blanket to any bad emotion, you know, and you're thinking, you know, when somebody responds to your bad behavior with grace, you're so empowered then to behave differently.
And I think we all had it's really awesome what you just said. I love that. What I remember is a situation that happened where somebody really dishonored us, and we thought they were friends, and they really hurt us. And I struggled with that for a while until I really let it go. And the fact is that it wasn't about, now I'm going to have go and have dinner with them. It wasn't about that at all. It was about, if they came past me, what are my emotions? What are my feelings towards them? And it was totally free. I could honor, I could love, I could be love. And I noticed that it then was okay. It wasn't as if I don't have to be in a circle of people that doesn't take my heart into their hearts, but I didn't feel anything towards them in a negative emotion. I let go of all of that, and I felt it was so amazing to experience that you can be with those people in a room, you can sit with them, you can have a coffee with them by chance, but you don't feel anything towards them that is negative. But as you said
Yeah.
before, it's very important to understand it's not that you want to be a doormat now and just love, honor from the false motive. It's not like you're going to try and love and honor. You're going to let go that and just become aware of love and honor. And you don't necessarily have to say, this is okay. You just,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Right.
find it's very, very important what you spoke about earlier. It doesn't mean they cannot carry on. But okay, if I say it doesn't mean they can carry on hurting you, they will not carry on hurting you. It's as if you take
Yeah.
out, that's what I
Yes.
mean. The response is so amazing. And I mean, I
Yeah.
know these people still today. And if I had to see them at a party, I can be 100% okay.
Mm. And that's it. We're not doing it to change anybody else. We're doing it for ourselves,
Mm.
because, we all are, at the end of the day, that oneness. We're all one. And so by doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for them too. And I think that, if your motive is just to be with truth, the truth being we all are love.
Yes.
And if your motive is just to be with that truth, you're going to be amazed at the miraculous changes that happen. And, the motive isn't, I'm going to, sure, you want to feel better about the situation, right? And letting go and sending out love and honor absolutely aids in that. But if
Mm.
your motive is just being with the truth, you're not only going to feel better, but the situation will magically change, maybe in a way you had no idea wasn't even an option, right? Be open to the fact that this may change you in a way that you had no idea was even possible.
Yeah, I think that's why letting go is so amazing, isn't it? I
Mm-hmm.
find it so powerful to let go of those emotions. I had a client speak to me about why isn't it okay just to forgive then? But how come she, and I could use the example, okay, you forgive, that's good. And then in a week's time, could you see and love and honor those people? Could you meet with them and still be love and honor? And she couldn't. And she was so amazed that this letting go, it's that energy that is still there, whether when you think you have forgiven, but yet your emotions and your heart motive, like you were just saying, is still not really love and honor. It doesn't really change anything. So
Right.
it's very powerful. Mm.
Well, and I think that the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that we can get, it's not that we forget it happened, right? That doesn't happen. The shell of the memory now turns to a pearl of wisdom, right? And so once you've removed the emotional filling from that memory, then wisdom can fill that memory.
Mm.
And that empowers you to make good decisions moving forward.
Mm.
But, if you think about memories in your body, they leach, good or bad chemicals based on the emotional charge. And if you let go of a bad memory or a negative emotion and just send honor and love and let that wisdom fill that memory, you're sending a powerful chemical reaction through your body that's incredibly healing for you. Not only from a mental standpoint that you feel better, but you're gonna feel better in your body, and it's gonna express itself.
Love creates such a strong immune system, and
Hmm.
isn't that beautiful? I think what we could
Yeah.
do now is just, why don't we just do a little quick release, just a release
Yes.
on any area that anybody might feel contracted, or the fact that they might be trying to love and honor, but it's too difficult to, that there's still energy regarding some people in their lives that they really can't respond to, like we were just speaking about. So we can just do a release on that. And yeah, it makes a
Great.
powerful difference.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have any thoughts in your heart regarding What's the opposite of honor and love?
Mm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So if you,
Yeah. Disrespect.
yeah.
And I think rejection is at the
This is
heart
it.
of the
Yeah, I was
opposite
just
of
thinking
love.
of
Yeah.
hurt, rejection. So
Mhm.
why don't we just, I'll do one go and then you do the next release and then we'll end it off
Sure.
with that, because I find this will just really, really help those who listen, and it makes a huge difference. So if you, in any way, you have a memory and you listen to us speaking about this and you just, it feels like so far off just even loving someone that seems so, that hurt you long ago, it doesn't really matter when, but just for this moment, just close your eyes if it helps you and just feel the emotion of, maybe it was a situation that happened with a brother or sister or mom, it could be family, it could be colleagues, could be friends, where you had a situation where you were really hurt, where you felt rejected, you felt not understood. And you just bring all those memories or emotions without honing in too much on it. Just be aware of it. Embrace these emotions, the pictures, these experiences the best you can. Just welcome it. Bring it into your awareness. And just for now, let it be. Can you just let it be for now? Just allow those feelings to be there. And then the best you can, just let them all go. Just drop it, just let it go. And then come and think on the situation again. And then I think, Ashley, you can take us through the next round. It's really helpful to always redo it.
Yeah. So guys, in this moment, just can you allow what is to be? Just welcome all the feelings associated with hurt and rejection, unmet expectations, disappointment, anger. This could even be toward yourself. Just welcome all that, allow it just to be. Welcome anything that you're wanting to do about it. Welcome the feeling of wanting to react, to run away, to push it away, to hold it close to you. Welcome the feeling of wanting to hold a grudge or to retaliate. Just allow that to be here. Don't really feel into it necessarily. Just when you're carrying, like when you're carrying heavy groceries in from outside, just set it all down. And just for now, can you just let that all go? And can you choose in this moment? It's a choice to see in others the oneness that we all are, regardless of any of the surface behavior that's going on, either on our surface or on somebody else's surface. Can you make a choice to honor and love that oneness that we all are, regardless of the outer behavior?
Mm. That is so good. Yeah, and you keep on doing it until you feel a lightness and a release, and you feel like the emotions have lifted. I did it with my mother-in-law this morning, and the most interesting thing happens. Like, we know when we release these emotions, it brings you the pictures of truth. Like you said, we always turn to truth. And she all of a sudden saw her son and being picked up by his grandfather, and she couldn't understand because he was laughing. The son was laughing. So what happened was, it brought back the original picture and personality of her son. So only in releasing could she really see her son once again for who he really is. not
Wow,
what she was, from the experiences. So I thought that was amazing. So
that's
guys,
beautiful.
and ladies and gentlemen, so you can keep on doing this and you really would benefit from it greatly. It really makes a difference.
Love
Thank
it. Love you all. Have a great week.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye. Till next time.
Bye.